This is Annalisa from Making Stories, and I'm going to give you a quick tour of all of the 12 samples of our patterns from issue 6, our latest magazine issue, which comes with the theme Skyward. First up, we have Borina, a beautiful boxy sweater with a ballet neckline. It is knit from the bottom up and has drop shoulder sleeves, and the most gorgeous thing is this little secret cable that starts at the cute split hem and then runs up the side and down the arm and then transitions into the sleeve ribbing. Next up, we have Zero, a beautiful sweater pattern by Valentina Quastiani. It is knit top down, quite close fitting at the neck, with a classic crew neck and this absolutely stunning lace yoke. You can see the body itself is quite cropped, and this is offset by the sleeves that are quite balloony and feature a nice long ribbed cuff to hold them together. And I think this is a super wearable, very cute design. This beauty is Ley Lions, a sweater designed by Kirsten Rovera with a super cool construction. It is top down with set-in sleeves, so you can modify it to whichever length you like. It has a slight A-shaping and this absolutely striking slip stitch pattern, traveling stitch pattern here at the front, and also featured at the sleeves, and a complementary, slightly less voluminous slip stitch pattern for the bag, which I think is an excellent design choice. It features a V-neck, which is one of my favorite things in sweaters, and comes with two sleeve options, the slightly balloonier sleeves that you can see on our sample, but there's also a tapered sleeve option if you prefer that. Let's take a look at Cumulus. This is a wonderful design by Fiona Ellis, a classic triangular shawl with really generous dimensions so that you can wear it bandana style or around your shoulders. And the body is knit in a variation of brioche / fisherman's rib. And the border is a classic 2x2 rib. Fiona knit this using 2 yarns held double, a mohair and a single ply, and this gives this a lot of drape and warmth while keeping it super light. And I just love how she incorporated those little tassels where the body meets the border. Let's take a look at Trophen! This is our cover sweater. It's a design by the wonderful Berlin-based designer Julia Exner. And it is, in terms of construction, a classic top-down yoke sweater, so super easy to modify in terms of length. And it features this stunning colorwork design that is geometric and features these slipped stitches with bobbles that are reminiscent of raindrops running down a window pane. Julia repeated the same pattern at the cuffs, but you can of course also omit that here if that is not your thing. So this is Tropfen, a super beautiful colorwork top-down yoke sweater. Skylines is a design by Ksenia Naidyon, who we also featured in issue 5. And it is pretty difficult to show because it is super large. So this is it folded over in half. So you can see it doesn't even fit the screen. And it is a super fun knit, a mix between a wrap and a scarf. And you start in the middle by knitting this in the round, and then you pick up stitches at the side and knit each side. And what makes it so fun to knit is that you have different textures that you're alternating, so it never gets boring. It's knit in 2 different colors. It also works beautiful as a 1-color shawl if that is something that you prefer. And it wore in Ksenia if it wasn't finished off with some beautiful tassels at the bottom. Let's take a look at Grassland. Grassland is a top-down drop sleeve t-shirt pattern by Susan Shadler. And you can see how gorgeous it drapes. This is because it's held double with a mohair, fingering weight and a mohair. But this would look good in any fingering weight yarn, seriously. I really love the neckline, which is a mix between a scoop and a ballet neckline, and this stunning central lace pattern. It's finished off by a substantial rib at the sleeves and at the hem, which I think gives the perfect antidote to that really beautiful, lovely lace. Growing Ivy is another neck accessory pattern from our issue 6 by lovely Ayano Tanaka, a Japanese designer. And this is it folded in half. So you can imagine it is quite large and really wonderful to keep your neck warm. And it's a beautiful combination of different color work patterns. You can see these tiny, almost like leaf buds here, transitioning into some color blocking, and then this gorgeous geometric color work middle section. The fun thing about this is that the scarf is knit entirely in the round, so you're basically knitting a tube. This is so cool because you don't have to do color work on the wrong side. You just knit in the round, and it also makes this shawl twice as warm. Vitre is one of the 3 socks patterns in issue 6. It's a wonderful design by Audrey Borrego, who's also known as Yarn Flakes, and it is knit cuff down and features this really fun to knit textured stitch panel down the front of the leg and the foot. It's knit with a German short row heel. So, you know, no picking up stitches afterwards, just plain on knitting. Dancing Skies by Emily Joy Rickard is one of the more extravagant sock patterns that we've ever published. It is a wonderful combination of color work and cables. You can see that Emily used a white for the background of the sock and then knit the cables and the striped sole of the foot in a dark blue. Contrasting heels, cuffs, and toes, they finished the whole thing off, and I think this is a super fun and very warm pair of socks. The third pair of socks that we feature in the magazine are the Orange socks by Elena Solier-Jansa. They are also knit cuff down, and their striking feature is this gorgeous lightning-inspired cuff. that is sized up across all of the 5 different sock sizes. And then you have a plain stockinette foot complementing that striking design. Last but very certainly not least, we have among the trees a gorgeous cable hat designed by Mackenzie Alvarez. And you can see that it features this all over cable pattern that seamlessly appears to grow out of the ribbing. And then my favorite part are the crown decreases, because they form this extremely cute flower. I really, really, really love this hat. This was an overview of the 12 different designs that we feature in our issue 6, Skyward of Making Stories. I hope you liked it. Bye!